Hi everyone, welcome to the Alyssa Goodman Show. And today I have Kelly Levesque with me. I met Kelly, I think it was maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, not that long ago. And when I met her, I said to myself, I never told you this, Kelly. I said, holy shit, this girl is going places. There is something really special about what Kelly does. She's been in science research. She's a bit of a nerd, but if you look at her, you would never know she was. Like, she investigates things, I think, to the hilt, and I love that about her. She was actually in oncology and testing tumors and very much helping people in the cancer arena for years. She graduated from SC. She got her graduate degree in nutrition, was at UC Berkeley and UCLA. She came out with a book, Be Well, last year. And it's a really practical way about really getting back in your body and dealing with health and nutrition in the way that's practical, that's realistic, and also with science behind it, which is what I love, because that not always happens in this arena. So Kelly, yes. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, Alyssa. This is so fun.
I know. I was waiting, counting on the days to have you. And I'm totally an Instagram stalker, which is embarrassing to say. But I love everything you do.
Thank you.
Really, it's just like so exceptional. You make it so easy and accessible for people. And what I love, I listened to something you did with Sierra Nelson, is it? And I was listening just quickly and it was so interesting what you were talking about how everybody is like following all these different diet modalities out there. Yeah. And they're a little overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So I want to
take a deep breath, right? You're just like,
it really touched me because there is so much happening out there.
Yeah. And I would say that that's probably my mission, and to bring everybody up to speed.
Yes.
I wrote a book called Body Love. It's all about light structure. It's about learning how to eat healthy and what supports balancing blood sugar and an anti-inflammatory diet. And it's supposed to work in a way whether you're raw vegan or keto paleo. Yeah. It's bringing people up to speed in regards to macronutrients, like what's a protein, what's a fat, it's fiber and greens.
That's surprising, people don't know that.
Yeah, and so my whole mission is to kind of ditch the drama around food, because I think people become very overwhelmed, whether it's an article that comes out and now they're petrified of food, or an article comes out and now they want to rub turmeric all over their body. Or, for me, it's simplifying it and saying, okay, well, if your digestion breaks this down to some small molecule, what is it and how does your body respond? And light structure, I think, sets people free, and it allows them to say, maybe I feel like having animal protein today, maybe I don't. What would my body need? How can I get protein, or how can I get fat? How can I get these phytochemicals and antioxidants and vitamins and minerals from my food? And I just try to support my clients, because I work with clients one-on-one every day. I try to support my clients to just elevate their food choices. And I think we all feel very overwhelmed. You read a book, you read a diet or a lifestyle book, and you're like, oh, well, I'm now absolutely going to be keto.
Right.
But how long is it going to last?
Right.
So I'm looking for longevity, foundational understanding and education in nutrition, and really, what I love is that one-on-one time with clients, understanding who they are, like when do they snack, what do they crave, when do they emotionally eat, and how can I just help them with biology to maybe turn off those hunger hormones so they're not fighting not to eat, but so they're like naturally not hungry and fueled.
So how do you do that?
Yeah.
Are there some situations, like, because that is a big one. Yeah. Like turning off those hunger hormones is. Yeah. But it's easy to do through food, right?
It is actually pretty easy, but people don't realize you have over 8 hunger hormones in your body. I talk about them.
Actually, I didn't know that. You do talk about that in the book?
I talk about them in my book.
Wow.
So there are so many hormones that either are increasing cravings.
Right.
There are hormones that can be turned off with specific foods or types of foods. So I talk about the 8 hunger hormones in my book and how specific food groups turn them off. So for example, fat. When you eat fat, you release a hormone called cholecystokinin, which is your satiety
Could you say
hormone.
that 3 times?
Cholecystokinin.
Don't you?
Cholecystokinin. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
really an amazing satiety hormone. So no matter, so say for example, I have someone who does eat animal protein.
Yeah.
Protein's really good at turning off a couple of hunger hormones. It really turns off those hunger hormones in the brain, and it lowers your cravings for carbohydrates. It regulates a hormone called neuropeptide Y. So protein is really good at that.
Right.
But if someone is, like I have clients who are vegans
Right.
or vegetarians,
Right.
so for them, I might up more fat because they might not be getting the same amount of protein,
Okay.
so that they feel calm and full.
So you don't up the vegan protein?
I don't.
You don't. It's the
Yeah.
fat that actually does it. That's
Well, yeah.
fascinating.
So like with nuts and seeds,
Yeah.
I love nuts and seeds as a form of
Right.
vegan and vegetarian protein. That's probably my favorite. And you can get close to like 10 or 12 grams of protein from that.
Yeah.
And it's about 20 grams of protein where you really just feel relaxed
Okay.
and calm. So where, you know, I wouldn't tell people to eat like a whole bag of nuts on
Right.
top of their salad, but
Right.
get a serving of nuts and seed protein, whether that's a tahini dressing or a pesto or a cashew cream sauce or something yummy like that over
Yeah.
your roasted veggies. And then maybe you add a little avocado or olive oil to that.
Okay.
And that really ups that, you know, releases the cholecystokinin and calms the hunger. So it really is about what people need and their digestion and what they feel good eating.
Right.
So that's kind of my
That is,
thing.
I mean, I love that because, you know, we got to tune into ourselves, right?
Yes.
We have to just tune in and see intuition and instincts. If we even eat something that is good for us,
Yeah.
maybe some people don't agree with avocados, you know, it doesn't agree with them, right? And
Yeah, fructose intolerance is a great, or someone who needs to be on a FODMAPs diet because
Right.
of like overgrowth of bacteria, maybe isn't going to work for them. It's going to maybe make them feel bloated.
Right. Right.
It really, and then, you know, I was just talking to someone this morning who is pregnant and so has a complete affinity and food aversions to like any type of chicken or poultry. And it's, you know, you just have to listen to your body
Yeah.
and not feel bad about it.
Right.
And you really, you know, look at, and that's why I like broad categories. Like in the
Yeah.
book, I'm like, eat your protein. Eat your fat.
Right.
Eat your
Right.
fiber for
All
gut
these
bacteria
different things you can.
detoxification. Eat your greens for
Right.
that like sulfur-based sugar that feeds probiotic bacteria in the gut. So leafy greens are so good at doing that. And
Right.
you know, but it isn't like you have to eat this type of thing because it's just not going to be right for everyone.
Right.
You know?
Not one size fits all.
Yeah, there's so much bio-individuality, and it really comes down to your gut bacteria, and it comes down to the, like, how strong is your digestion, your
Yeah.
hydrochloric acid, your enzymes, all of those things play a part. And if you're sick or you go through chemotherapy or you have to, you know, there are so many things that are you super stressed,
Right,
can affect
right.
your digestion. So
Yeah, stress alone can
Yeah.
really shut it down, right?
Yeah.
So do you work with clients, I assume, on the gut stuff? Do you do a
Yeah.
lot of gut work?
Yeah, so
Do you have some special things that you recommend?
Yes. So if someone doesn't have any, you know, bad form of overgrowth like SIBO,
Yeah.
I really like acacia fiber as a form of fiber to feed gut bacteria and really pull toxins out. I work with a number of functional medicine MDs. So I have.
I know one of them.
Dr.
Super
Lecco.
sexy.
Yeah, they call him Dr.
Woo.
McDreamy.
McDreamy, yes.
Like it's back to Grey's Anatomy, right?
Totally.
No, he's a doll, and it takes care of my family, my husband, all my
Yeah.
clients. So it depends on someone's goals. Like if someone comes to me and they just have body composition goals,
Yeah.
if I don't start seeing results in 10 to 12 days, we'll get blood work done.
Okay.
Just because I'm not going to guess.
Yeah.
You know, for the most
Yeah.
part, you can look at someone and look at their diet, and if you start to clean it up, you should start to see them respond and how quickly you clean it up. Like maybe they did one of your juice cleanses or soup cleanses
Yeah.
or something with all the bone broth and the veggies or whatever it is, and they start to feel those flu-ish type symptoms. Something's happening. They're detoxifying, and their
Right.
body is going to change.
Right.
But if we change the diet and we don't see results,
Yeah.
I have to look for B vitamin deficiencies. I have to look for low vitamin D. You know, I'm looking for something that might impede goals.
Yeah.
Right?
Right, exactly.
I have clients who aren't just body composition, though. I have clients who want to eat healthier, or they have heart disease, high cholesterol. I have a client with gout. I have celiac clients.
It's the whole gamut. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It really just depends. So
what's right for them.
yeah.
Well, we're going to talk more about that when we come back, everybody. So she's a wealth of knowledge and information, and I even look to her for my knowledge and information. So I'm excited. I can't tell you how excited I am about the Alyssa Goodman Show. I've partnered with ready? Not ready. I have focus with Focus TV. My brain is like going whoop, whoop. I'm sorry. It's like, why is this so hard? Hey, all you need is a private chef and some Botox and a stylist and you're good to go. Hi, we're back with Kelly Levesque, and it's been so fun talking to you about nutrition and just like having different diets and different modalities for different people. I know you have a tremendous amount of exciting things coming up, because I watch them as well. And one of them is Now Foods.
Yes.
Right? Or vitamins? Is it Now Foods?
So yeah, Now Foods has vitamin lines. They have like sprouted brown rice and quinoa and a bunch like of dry goods and pantry goods like nuts and seeds, Brazil nuts.
I buy their empty veggie capsules.
Yeah.
Like I fill up stuff and herbs with them.
Yes, yes. And they have essential oils. But Now Foods is from Chicago.
That's right.
They've been around for 50 years.
Right.
When looking to partner with brands, it's really important to me, coming from a medical background and a lab background, that there's quality control.
Right.
I could easily go out and white label a protein powder, which I thought about doing a lot, but it's a really hard thing to do when you talk about actually looking at quality. And Now Foods has over $40 million worth of quality testing equipment. So they're testing for heavy metals like mercury, lead, arsenic. They're testing for bacteria like E. coli and staph. So these are things that are present in live foods, nuts and seeds, in protein powders,
and supplements,
vitamins and minerals. Like there are things that are just naturally higher in heavy metals because whatever that soil, wherever it's growing, if it's coming from the soil, it ends up in the plant is ground up, and then we're ingesting that.
Right.
So for me, quality is really, really important. And, you know, they're a family brand, and it's not, you know, a sexy thing that you're seeing all over Instagram.
Right, true.
But I really, really love the family that started it. I really love the people that work there. I was told so many times that they're so happy to work there, and the head of quality there actually used to do inspections for the FDA. So he knows the best equipment. I mean, he spent a lot of their money on this quality equipment, but I'm really, really proud to partner with them next year. It's 50 years, so I'm excited.
That is so great.
So if you go to Expo West, I'll be there in their booth signing books. So yeah, come visit.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and
that just seems like the right partnership
for
you, and you know it. You know when it's right.
Yeah,
so.
It feels really. I mean, nerding out. It's all about quality. It's all about testing. It's all about making sure that we're not accidentally ingesting something that's going to be harmful.
Because isn't it a little scary these days with what's out there, like superfoods and supplements, and that aren't really high quality? Yeah,
I mean, you see all these independent, like the NSF or independent, you know, labeling and certification, but it's not really regulated in the same way by the FDA. It's just, you can slap anything on a bottle and put it out and just write, this is not not certified by the FDA, and you can claim whatever you want. And when you look at
Scary.
where people get quality, their ingredients, like it's coming from China, it's coming from India, it's coming from Canada, and they're mixing everything together and throwing it in a capsule, and you're buying it because you think it's going to be great for skin health.
Right.
You know? So
no, it scares me to death.
Yeah.
It really, because I think it, of course, can do more harm than good.
Yeah, it can. And just, I'm really about simplicity. I think you should be able to get the nutrients that you want from your food.
Right.
And if you can't and you need to supplement with something, we just want it to be high quality. So really excited about that partnership.
And then Mind Body Green.
So have another partnership with Mind Body Green. So I'm the host of their nutrition training program that came out in November. So I'm,
I watched those videos. They're so good. They look like they were so hard to do.
Yes. I mean, it's funny because it's hours and hours and hours of filming.
Yes.
And scripting.
Yeah.
So it was pages and pages of script and what they wanted included, and things were redlined and things were added. And
it was so well done, though.
Yeah, I'm really excited, and they have some phenomenal functional medicine doctors like Dr. Mark Hyman, Dr. Taz, Dr. Lippman, so many well-known functional MDs who are really paving the way in this space, and you get classes with them as well. So it's 250 hours.
Speaking of the functional MDs, just a side note, do you just recommend all your clients go to functional?
Yeah.
That is where it's at, like the MDs?
Yeah. They do an extra year of fellowship in the functional space, and what they're looking for there is not saying, oh, you have acid reflux? Here's Nexium or a proton pump inhibitor. They go, why do you think let's find out why you have acid reflux.
Yeah.
Do you have a gluten allergy? Maybe you have low acid. A lot of people are surprised to hear that acid reflux is actually from low acid. You need a certain acid level in the stomach for that sphincter between your stomach and your esophagus to close. And if you're just stressed out and not producing acid and things are just in there and coming up, or do you have a hernia? That's never going to be fixed with proton pump inhibitor. And if people are on these things for years, osteoporosis, they're not absorbing their food because the acid isn't breaking it down to release the nutrients. I mean,
that's a huge deal.
It's a huge thing. And so it's Band-Aids I can't even imagine learning as much as you learn in 14 years of school as an MD, but you're taught, it's just the way that the education program is what's wrong with you? What pharmaceuticals do we have to take care of it? Can we cut it out? Can we radiate it? Can we obliterate it with these drugs? And I think it really is about, well, what's really wrong? Why is this happening to you? You're probably eating something that isn't right for you, and can we get to the bottom of it? And that's what functional medicine MDs do, is they're testing for food allergies. They're looking at your gut bacteria through stool analysis. They're looking at cortisol testing, micronutrient deficiencies. And that's why I say when I refer out a client, we're looking for, do you have a B6 deficiency? Because if you're trying to lose weight and you don't have B6, it's not going to happen.
That is true. I mean, and also what I love about them is they spend time with you, just like you spend time with your clients and I spend time with mine. I mean, they ask all the right questions. They ask about your past, or even what your birth was like, or did your mom breastfeed you, or it's stuff that, did you have a trauma in your past life, right? Or all those important things that come into play with how the body functions.
I mean, a lot of people don't know this because I don't blurt it out everywhere, but I'm celiac, and I
did not know that.
I spent all of high school and more than half of college on antibiotics for sinus infections. And strep throat.
Wow.
And when I found out I was celiac and I cut out gluten,
all of that went away?
I may be sick once every 2 years.
Wow.
But I was the person who was on antibiotics every 3 or 4 months.
So did you have to go to a lot of doctors to find out that you were celiac?
Yeah, and I actually had to demand a celiac test and endoscopy to confirm it, because the doctors were like, you're fine. Your thyroid's fine, you go to the bathroom, you don't have digestive GI issues. And I'm like, look, I'm tired and I'm sick every 3 months.
And
there's
you
a
knew
problem.
something wasn't fine.
Yeah, and that's where you have to be the biggest advocate for your own health.
Right. Don't take no for it. Just don't listen to the doctor all the time.
Sometimes a doctor, just like if you were to go to a therapist, sometimes and you have to know, are they listening to you, or are they just trying to get into the next room to see the next patient? You know, it's like they have to be present, and that's functional medicine MDs. I mean,
they're present. I know.
They're present.
Same here. I love that. They're 2 hours with them, and I know. So, and then you were talking a little bit. Can you talk about a book? New
Yeah.
book coming out?
So
Because this one is done so well.
Thank you. I'm really excited about it. The first book was published by HarperCollins. My editor was really excited about a second book. There were things that, you know, you want to put everything in your first book, and you want to keep working on it, and you want to keep changing it. And the thing is it was what it was when I put it out there, and I'm really humbled by the positive response.
Yeah.
But there were things that people need, like if someone's a vegan or vegetarian, how do they eat the Fab Four? If someone is always on the go and on an airplane, how do they eat the Fab Four on the go, girl?
Okay.
What if they're a domestic goddess? What if they want...
So different personality
Yes.
types.
So it's archetypes based
Perfect.
on how would you execute this if this is your life.
Wow.
So
I love that.
More recipes, over 100 tips on things like replace before you remove. If someone's like, I'm never going to drink coffee again, and they want to quit right there, it's like, can we switch to green tea?
Right.
And then can we pull back? You know, just little tips like that. So.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Thanks. I'm really excited too.
Well, you are taking the world by storm in a very positive, very lovely way. So, and your personality is so warm and nurturing and loving. So I could see how clients absolutely love working with you.
Thank you.
So I asked my clients, like, if they had to sum up their mission in one word. Do you have a word?
Empowerment.
That's great. I love that. It is so important. And also to hand that empowerment back to the client, right?
That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want them to feel empowered, empowered to make their health choices, empowered to know what they want to eat, empowered by knowledge and all of it.
Not necessarily rely on you all the time.
No. Oh my gosh. Learn. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I want to teach you to fish.
Yeah.
You go fish. This is you. This is your experience. This is your life. This is your, you know, your trip around the sun. So.
Right. Oh my God. So happy to have you.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me, Alyssa.
Still stand by. Out in the street.